Tomorrow's going to be very special indeed. The world number 2 up against the world number 1, and he joins us now. Judd Trump, that was it was easy peasy out there, wasn't it?
No game is ever easy, but I think obviously the damage was done at the start, going 4-0 up. It was always going to be tough for him to come back from there. So yeah, I'm pleased with how I started the game. Obviously a few mistakes at the end, but it's always tricky to keep your composure, but yeah, through to another final's nice.
You were saying it was kind of just bubbling yesterday, the crowd, the atmosphere. It's the weekend now, and it's proper buzz stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit rowdy at sometimes. There's a few little things that put us both off.
Right.
I think it's because it's a Saturday night, but yeah, it's building up nicely. I mean, the crowd tomorrow is going to be absolutely incredible. Hopefully not as many drinks, but yeah,
you're going to start slinging them out.
Yeah, I mean, we want them to have fun, but there's just a few little drops of the phones and stuff on the floor nowadays that happens.
Right.
So yeah, other than that, it's an amazing arena to play in. It's pretty full today, so yeah, one of the best arenas you can play in.
And you said you want to be loved. You're definitely loved out there tonight. And 2 shots that you loved, Alan.
Yeah, I think it's worth having a look back at those early stages, because in frame 2 Judd plays a really nice double that we're going to see, that you know, he's obviously starting to pull away, of course, winning 6-0 in the end, but there's an element of safety. Do you play the top knuckle on the pot for a tiny element of safety? Are you that precise? I know you got the pot, but not really.
To be honest, it was from where I was playing the shot. It looked pretty good to me.
On, yeah.
It looked pretty on. So I think at that point, but you made a few little mistakes. I didn't really want to get too bogged down. I didn't want the frames to go scrappy. So this tournament, I've just tried to really go for him. If I'm going to take him on, most of the time he's going to hit the knuckle and go over the pocket somewhere. Just go, go for it fully.
Cool.
But he played it in a way that he's on the yellow for the shot. Yeah, you must be pleased with your night's work. All round was pretty solid. You know, even if he did start to play, he was always going to be under it.
Yeah, I mean, I had plenty left in the tank. I think if he upped his game, made a century, then I would have just come back with one of my own. So I felt very relaxed out there. I felt very good. I think the table this week has been superb. It's very, very reactive, which we haven't had for a little while. So I think that's why you've seen probably a few more century breaks than the last tournaments. And also the table was playing very tight as well.
Yeah, there was a few that looked in.
Yeah, so I think it's a good test for everyone. I think when you leave a player in, they've really got to earn it rather than missing a few balls and still going in.
Did that ride along the cushion with 2 left there? Did you want to drop it in, but you couldn't force yourself to play it? So you wanted to play it with pace and maybe entertain the crowd?
Yeah, it wasn't just that. Also, if I don't pot the black after, he's going to come back for snookers. I just didn't want to do that. So I'm more comfortable with hitting the ball harder anyway as it is. So it's easy to say you could have dropped it in, but I'd probably missed it dropping it in anyway, so it makes no difference.
You talk about hitting the ball hard. I mean, a lot of shots, as always, into packs and things like that. We've got, I think, a couple of good examples of that tonight, haven't we?
Yeah, let's take a frame 4 to start with. Here they are. This is real Judd Trump that we've become accustomed to and enjoy for so many years, Judd.
Yeah, get the balls open as early as possible and see what happens after that. That was one where I couldn't have hit it any better. Yeah,
good shot that was.
It was a tough pack to go into, to be honest, and I hit it exactly where I wanted, and the balls went everywhere.
Sometimes the players, as Judd mentioned, in the early part of the season, weather conditions are different in Asia and indeed at home. But and they get some stick sometimes for complaining, but just to describe the difference with the table tonight, because it was a new cloth this morning, but describe what conditions were like for you to be able to spin the cue ball.
I think you see with the way the pack splits when you go into them, the balls go everywhere, and it's something that we've not had. I think a few of the players in a lot of the rounds I've played in some of the other tournaments, I can barely get a break over 50. So I don't know if that's something to do with when I come here, why I do so well, because the table conditions play so good every single time. I think when the table's more reactive, it helps my game, because sometimes I don't maybe get through the ball as well as other players, and if that spin's still on the ball, then it still goes in the pocket for me. So Yeah, I love playing here, and especially when the table's playing as good as that.
That's great. I love that because, you know, there is a lot of moaning, isn't there, at times? And, you know, sometimes it's fair, but to be so complimentary of the table. And the difference, I suppose, you were saying about a leisure centre yesterday, and, of course, a beautiful theatre like this, it makes all the difference. Right, tomorrow is going to be epic. It's almost like the new rivalry. The world number 1 against the world number 2, the reigning world champion, Kyren Wilson. I don't think we need an Eddie Hearn or anyone to build this one, Judd. It's going to be mega.
Yeah, I mean, he can put it on pay-per-view if he wants. Gets a bit of extra money for us.
He could try. He might try.
But no, it's a great matchup, and I think over the next 10 years, with my hunger and his hunger, I think we're going to be meeting a lot of times. So it's nice for me to have someone pushing me, doing their absolute all to really go away and practice every single time, and it's nice to have that kind of rivalry when you get to the top. So I think me and him are both really enjoying it.
I think this is kind of a rivalry where we were a bit premature maybe a few years ago building, you know, the Kyren Judd rivalry, when I think at times you've said to me it's not really there, you know, my rival is Ronnie, Mark Selby, John Higgins, and Kyren has now kind of brought it to you. He's brought it to the table. It's a genuine rivalry now where both of you can be so competitive.
Yeah, I think the way he's playing, I think he's improved a lot. I think Alan and Jimmy would agree. From where he was a couple of years ago, I think he's gone to a different level. I think him playing much faster now has helped him a tremendous, because he was very methodical before. Now he looks like he actually enjoys what he's doing. And yeah, you can see it in when he's playing. He doesn't get so down on himself. And
does being world champion give that extra swag? I mean, you know all about it. Does he have the world champion swag? Because I can see a difference in him.
Yeah, I think you can see it. I think we can all see it. The way he walks around the table now has made that difference, and I had the same thing. So it's nice to see someone that's won the World Championship the first time really go away and work at it and walk around with kind of the,
you've earned
with the flag. Yeah.
Just on that Jean Grand Prix final, if you can give us a little inkling or clue, what went wrong in that final from your side?
I didn't play very well. No, honestly, it was apart from Shanghai and this tournament, it's the only tournaments I've played well all season so far. It's just I'm able to get through the rounds. That's the difference, and I'm hoping that the difference tomorrow will be I'm playing well in this tournament, and hopefully that'll be enough of a change.
I think it's going to be a fantastic match. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I think it's going to be close. Big breaks and some top snooker, because the conditions are great. Both players playing at, you know, at the top of their game.
Top of the game. Is going to be an amazing occasion, and we've been kind of billing the 5. You know, I know we talked about it last night and coming back to Belfast, but there's rarely, you know, a tournament where you can be so dominant, and to land 5 here in Belfast, it would be an awesome achievement.
Yeah, I think this is my World Championship, so I'll take this one. Yeah, I'll take this one as the record. But I think, I mean, it's nice winning tournaments. People can say, obviously, some tournaments are as big as others, but anyone that comes here and gets down to the one table setup and plays in front of that, you don't care what you're playing for. It's just as special as any other tournament for me.
Of course.